Look, there is this extreme foolishness, and I mean it, and I'm not being insulting. I'm saying it for what it is. There's this extreme foolishness of descending into regionalism and ethnicity. And it is present in all the political parties. And I'm sitting back and saying, look, Nkrumah spent more than 10 years to build this new society in which your tribe didn't count. The region you came from didn't count. He built this new society in which we saw ourselves as Ghanaians. I was hoping that we would even move on to the next stage where we would no longer see ourselves as Ghanaians, but as Africans. And this is not a dream, this is something which actually manifested to the extent that you could get Nkrumah himself coming from the small village of Nkrofo in the western region to contest elections in Accra Central against Obeche Bilamte, an indigene, and beat him to Ras. I get very, very worried about this new development which has become the center stage of our politics. And to be honest, this phenomena is unfolding in all the political parties. But it is worse with one particular political candidate who is everything at the same time. In the morning, he's a Muslim. In the afternoon, he's a Christian. In the evening, if you don't restrain him, he become an adherent of Akunodi. This is a problem. It's a problem. These same contestants, in the morning, he is boasting about his academic qualifications and the kind of universities he went and how he's so special. In the afternoon, he used to do by day to survive. So what personality is he selling? By day? Or, you understand? That is not a tool we can use to shape our destiny. It is not a tool we can use to get out of the deep hole of poverty and misery that we find ourselves in today. And I say this honestly. You understand? I say this honestly. Now, and let's be frank, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, today he's telling everybody that it is absolutely important for a Northerner to become president of the Republic of Ghana. I mean, where is that coming from? So you can go and plug any Northerner. It doesn't matter whether he's knowledgeable. It doesn't matter whether he has the skills. It doesn't matter what he does with himself. It doesn't matter his commitment to principle and so on. He's a Northerner, so he should become president of Ghana. That's a problem by itself. But it even gets worse when we are told by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and his supporters that it's time for a Northerner to be president. You know why it gets worse? Because there was a Northerner already sitting there as president. And he did everything he could to remove that Northerner from office. I'm hearing very, very silly things in the political arena. You go into the NBC and there is this silly campaign that the vice presidential candidate must by all means, hook or crook necessarily, come from the Ashanti region. And I'm sitting back and I'm saying, look, I don't mind if the vice presidential candidate comes from the Ashanti region. Why? Ashantis are part of Ghana. You understand? The Ashantis who have a commitment to the national development effort and so on. So I don't care. Where you come from is not my headache. But what you say must make sense. So to reduce our politics to a meaningless level of a competition amongst regions and amongst ethnic groups and so on, it's not just silly, but it undermines the interests of the downtrodden in our society, the working class, who ought to unite against their oppressors. They have a duty to themselves to unite against their oppressors. And what unites them is their conditions of life and conditions of work. Our politics are so deteriorated to the extent that the interest of the working class doesn't count. The interest of the peasant doesn't count. And these type of politicians, these useless politicians, believe that they can confuse us with ethnicity and regionalism and so on. And I think we have a duty to resist them with everything that we can find.